got a box. Actually, we got 2 boxes. I already know it's in this other box. I already know it's in this box, but if you haven't been following along with Bellhopper, this is a hopperized MS440. He did some machine work to it. I don't remember how much he took off the base and stuff like that. But when we were talking about this a little while ago, I was telling him I want to be using it as a work saw, so I definitely didn't want it hot rodded or nothing else. Reliable, easygoing, things like that. At the time, before this, I didn't have any 044s or MS440s. Couldn't find them, and then all of a sudden they started popping up like weeds for a little bit there. So at the time, this was the only one that I knew of to be around. So, okay, my knife isn't the sharpest, but it also isn't the dullest. Well, let's get her open up here. I don't know what to expect in here. I really don't. Assuming these are just some space taker-upper devices. If not, then we got ourselves a sprayer. Okay. Definitely nothing in there. Nope. That should be all for packaging. So it appears. Oh yeah. Oh, he packed this really good. You know, I get like the oddball stuff, but helps take up the space on box. The reason you want to make sure you do that is because some of the shipping places aren't very kind to your boxes. We'll save some of that bubble wrap stuff there. Ooh. Got some weight to it. That's slick. There we go. I don't know if it shows up. There. This is the first saw that I have that's actually ported by somebody else. So, let's see. I think she's got good compression there, bud. Holy Toledo's. Make sure the switch is off. Ooh, yeah, she's got some bark. Came with the double dogs, the West Coast saw muffler. I believe he opened up inside, port match and all that. If it's hoppers, I think it's safe to say he would have done all that. I don't know if those Allen keys. I don't think that's supposed to be on these. Like not stock wise, but every single still I've ever worked on all has Torx. Every single one. That's a funky looking fuel cap actually. I don't know what, that's different. Huh. Never seen one like that. The oh yeah, it smells like gasoline. When you twist it, it actually takes the backing piece. When you turn it, it's like a screw. It's not a cog, but it's got, I don't know what the name of the thing I'm thinking of is, but when you twist it, so when you turn it, it pushes the backside forward to seal it up. Definitely, well, this is the HD system. Yeah, mine must have the old style on there, I'm guessing. It is snowing like a bugger outside, but should we maybe toss some gas in this shortly here and give her first good old Canadian fire up, or what? What do you figure? We got an Alberta Clipper coming through today, so this one doesn't have it, but some of the saws I actually have the upgraded clutch cover, and they have like the longer chip deflector. The whole cover's a lot wider. So I'll have to probably go set this down because I don't want to leak bar oil. Yeah, I just don't want to leak bar oil all over the place here. So we'll put this down. And then we'll get onto the next box, which is just parts, but give me a sec. So this next box is just parts, that's all. We got 660 parts, 460, 440. There's another box I got from Wolf Creek as well with a bunch of other parts and gasket sets. But what's interesting is, I think for the life of me, I could find a piston for a Husqvarna 141. No, couldn't find one. Even Chinesium on Amazon was non-existent. So I've never used the Golf brand ones. I've read miscellaneous good and bad things about them, but like I say, I could not find one of these buggers. Like, it's covered, it looks like crap, but it's just covered in the oil, like after they're manufactured to protect the cylinder. So I've had this for a few months now, and JK over at JK Saw Shop sent this 141 jug and another one as well, and we have a little Husky 141 that we're going to do up for Dave and Kelsey over there at Mountain Life. And from what I understand, this is just going to be like a snowmobile saw sort of thing, bush saw, because it's not exactly the type of saw, you know, you could slap a big bar on and go cut timber with it all day. So I figured I have one of these. He has nothing but bigger saws, 70cc, 60cc, because he's got that 266 and up, like all the way in the 90cc class, but he's got nothing small. So we're gonna dip into this little bugger. When me and JK were talking, since I've never done one of these before, so he was just giving me like little knickknacks and tips and tricks, stuff he's learned since he's been working on them as well, what like, to try out and whatnot. So he's had good success so far on these little saws, and you know, me never working on one of these yet, really thankful that he was, you know, open enough to discuss and talk about some of the things he's done on these. So right out of the gate, there's not a lot you can do to that intake in the sense of you can't open it. It's already opened. You know, you still, there's little things you can do. You can drop the floor a little bit for more timing. You can widen it out, things like that. But there's nothing you want to do where your boot goes here, because that is so thin. And then on the exhaust side, the other jug he sent me looks like it has a sleeve. This one does not. So see, there's a Healy coil in here, so for whatever reason it's had to been, you know, patched up, but that's no biggie. We'll make all of that work. I don't know if this thing's ever even ran. A little bit of dirt in there, that's just from sitting. I'm upstairs, so I don't have a light I can move around. So yeah, we're gonna see what we can do with this. I can already see, well, it's probably not the end of the world, but if I decide to widen the intake, if I do, the impulse slot right there, getting pretty close to the intake down there. Like I say, I'm not sure what route I'm going to go with this yet. We're going to figure that out when we get it apart. So the saw is actually a 136, but from everything I've read, should be able to swap the bottom plate out, put it on here. The crank's the same, rod's the same, it's just the piston's a little bit bigger in diameter. So we got that. Got another 660 I want to do, and talk to a couple folks there that worked on them and kind of give me a different direction to go with. So we're going to try and see what happens. I got 2 aftermarket jugs we're going to try out. I'm going to use that as my test bed. If I bugger one of those up, I'm not so worried. I'd rather bug up an aftermarket jug rather than bugger up a OEM top end. So we're going to chase a completely different path on that one. Guys that have lathes, makes it a lot easier. Do it the old school way. I still haven't actually shown too much, if at all, we'll call it the ghetto rig setup for cutting bases, but so far it seems to be working. So we're gonna roll with that for a bit. Yeah. So got the 044. I'm also got an 046 top end I want to put on it. And I've already, like, I was talking to Hopper the other day, and I mentioned to him, like, I'd like to take this ported 440 that he's done. I have a stock currently 2 stock 044s downstairs, but one is getting the 460 top end put onto it, and I'd like to compare all 3 saws to kind of get an idea. It's just a shits and giggle test, but just cause there's no rhyme or reason behind doing it, but we're just going to do it just because we can. And then same thing with the 660s. 660, like the one I've already posted it, some shorts, I believe a quick video. I didn't really record too much on that one. And the one I'm going to be doing, instead of running 30-something degrees of blowdown, we're going to drop the base a bit and try to get down in the vicinity of 17. I don't know how comfortable I am to try pushing it now, but we will see. We will see how it goes when I cut the base, and kind of what I go by my gut feeling, how that thing is going to feel after cutting it, to kind of see where everything lines up. Like I said, I've never worked on one yet. Well, besides that one, I don't want to push the boundaries, at least not yet. Not that I don't have a couple carcasses I can pick and choose from if anything happens to go wrong. So, but yeah, so this is what's coming up. I don't think I posted the video yet. I may have. What I was talking about, there's going to be like blurbs of this happening, blurbs of that, blurbs, and it's not going to be in any order. It's just going to be as parts come in. And biggest thing is time. It's we're at the house here, like in our personal life, we're like insanely busy, and so it's hard to find time to dedicate just to working on things. So whenever I got time, I just chip away at it. So anyways, coming up in the next videos, it's gonna be a bunch of different things. So they've got a couple 460s down there on top of, like, say, the hybrid, the 046, 044, or at 440 MS 460, another 660. Still have to get my 026 together. I don't know how that's going to run. It's getting a bigger carburetor. I flowed the cases, and I don't know how any of this is going to work out. I have no idea. I might have to replace the top end, and yeah, because that jug used to pull, but it used to pull really good on a stock set of cases that haven't been flowed. I really don't know what to expect. I'm curious of the outcome. So I think that's it for this one. We'll catch you guys in the next. Later. Oh, and before I forget, coming all the way from North Carolina, I have to assume the carb's gonna need a little adjusty, so I brought a carbo tuner driver out with me. Okay, fuel cap's secured. I'm gonna try man up and do this without using the decomp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. see how the hot start is. That's a bell hopper ported in MS440 right there. That thing sounds nasty. Can't wait to bar it up. Can't wait to bar it up and give her the beans and see how she does. Talk to you guys.